One of the discounted titles on Xbox Live this week is Perfect Dark. It's a HD remake of the N64 version of the same name. Fans of GoldenEye and pretty much all retro N64 first person shooters will probably have fond memories of Perfect Dark. The Xbox Live version looks pretty decent for a HD remake. It doesn't sort of skim back on a lot of textures that a lot of HD remakes tend to do. The gameplay is still solid and fluid, but the controls do feel a tad oversensitive and don't really suit the Xbox 360 pad all that much. That's just in my opinion. The story, you get a couple of hours out of it, it's fun. The mission objectives are actually quite clever considering how old it is, and considering that even today's standards, a lot of first person shooters tend to be just plant bomb here and there you go, mission objective finished. Perfect Dark tries to do something a little bit different. It's quite clever, the missions are quite varied, the range of locations is decent enough, and the game overall is fun. Unfortunately there's no online multiplayer. I'm just kidding, there is multiplayer. Of course there's multiplayer. Multiplayer is one of the biggest factors of Perfect Dark. So if you're into Perfect Dark, if you have fond memories of it back on N64, then there really is no reason you shouldn't pick this up at 400 Microsoft points. It's an absolute bargain. The next title, there isn't a whole lot to say. It's Explosion Man. Pretty much, I think at least 75% of people at Xbox Live have tried this. It's pretty much one of the standout titles on Xbox Live at the minute. It's just so incredibly fun. It's so funny as well. There's a lot of humour embedded with the whole entire game. You're pretty much this thing that explodes a lot, and you traverse the levels by exploding at certain times to reach certain parts of the level and get through. It's kind of puzzle-ish. I'm not entirely sure what I would call it, I guess, a puzzle platformer. But nevertheless, it's just extremely fun. You'll be having a smile on your face playing it. It can get a little frustrating at points, but once you try certain, it's kind of trial and error, and once you find the solution, you get a decent feel of satisfaction. But Explosion Man truly is one of the top titles on Xbox Live. It's extremely fun, and you could say it's explosive, ha ha ha, incredible pun. The last game I'll be looking at in this little section is Braid, and it's currently up for 400 Microsoft points, and it's a platformer which is using the time-based mechanics. Now, the gameplay footage I have honestly doesn't do this game justice. I really do apologise. I'm going to try and stress how good this game is. It's so simple. The soundtrack's fantastic. Visually, it's really nice to look at. It's almost like a painting. And the gameplay is very, very simplistic, as I said, but very solid. A lot of people thought Limbo was like possibly like the freshest platformer on Xbox Live Arcade, but I don't know. Braid for me has always been the better title. Now Braid uses pretty much bare basic platformer elements, but as well as that, it also incorporates time-based mechanics. Now this kind of sounds lame, but trust me, when you're playing it, there's some really ingenious little sections where you actually raise your eyebrow and go, "Ah, that was actually pretty cool." Overall, it's an absolutely fantastic game. As I said, it's beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to listen, it's fantastic to play. There's very little there that can frustrate you. It's just pure video game excellence, and I would definitely, out of all these titles, I would definitely advise you pick this up. It was worth the full price, and at 400 Microsoft points, it is well worth it. It's an unbelievable bargain, and I seriously would recommend it to anyone.